Good morning, Coronians. Welcome to our first 2022 Featured Employee of the Month. And today we have a very special guest. Our visionary leader and CEO, Stephen Grubbs, has agreed to join us today. Stephen, welcome to the Featured Employee of the Month.
Thank you, Simon. I'm very excited to be part of your Employee of the Month series.
Excellent and well-deserved indeed. Can you tell the Coronians out there a little bit about how you got to where you are today?
Sure. I've spent my entire career in healthcare technology and services. I spent the first 8 years in the physician RCM space, starting in 1990. And from there, I moved over to the hospital space, working for an HIT vendor at the time, providing software services to hospitals. So I got a great background in both physician and hospital areas or facility areas. From that, I moved on to medical device and technologies, working for Coronis Health, CareFusion, which is preceded the job here. And about 8 years ago, I got recruited to be our predecessor company, which was a software company, which we then morphed into Coronis, and we started Coronis. So it's been a long journey, and for 30 years in the healthcare, 30 plus years in the healthcare IT and services space.
So holy cow! So the trick, guys, to being the next Coronis CEO is to learn the RCM in the trenches, learn the IT side of it, put it all together, and you too can be the next Coronis CEO. So congratulations. Thank you, Stephen, for sharing that with us. We always like to ask at this part of the conversation, how the individual sees the company evolving over the next 2 years. And I think it'll be particularly enlightening for the Coronians out there to hear it from our CEO. So where do you see us going over the next 2 years?
Sure. And the way I'd answer this is I have to look a little bit backwards. And for all practical purposes, Coronis was founded in 2016. And from 2016 to 2018, I kind of see that as phase one of the Coronis story, where we acquired companies. We got books of business. We got our first strategic areas in terms of lab. And but we didn't have marketing, we didn't have sales. We operated as really a bunch of different companies during that time. In 2019 to 2020, we really started Coronis sales, Coronis marketing. We started the One Coronis initiative. We are a single operating company now. We still acquired a lot of companies, but we still have organic growth and outreach. What I see for the next 2 to 5 years is that we are still going to acquire companies from time to time, but our focus at this point is selling, growing, solidifying relationships with our customers, cross-selling to our customers, providing the best RCM product in the world today.
Holy cow! So I think we're the best RCM company out there already, but we're going to be even better 2 years from now. That's fantastic. But I tell you what, can you share with us, when you do worry about the company, what keeps you up at night? What are the top 1 or 2 things you worry about?
This is a funny question. Wendy Garcia in the Everett office asked me this the last time I was visiting out there. Shout out to Wendy, who's doing a great job. You know, what keeps me up? We've survived the pandemic. We've survived losing big customers. We've survived adding a lot of business. I think this company is resilient and can survive anything. The only thing that kind of keeps me up at night is maybe what we don't know, the unknown at this point, but there's nothing that I don't think this company can overcome. We've shown great resiliency over the last 2 years.
Yeah, tested like no other. And actually, Wendy Garcia was our first featured employee on our first episode a year ago. So yeah, it was great that she's still heavily involved. I think it's wonderful. Inversely, what are the top 2 or 3 things that you think folks at Coronis should focus on in order to help us achieve those 2-year goals?
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind is we've done an outstanding job of integrating the company in the past 2 years with the One Coronis initiative, and we've done that by service group. I think the next phase of that, and we're really going to concentrate on it, is taking the integration to the next level. An example would be what's currently going on with our Waystar project that's being led by Abby Arnold. Really want to see more integration along those lines, back-end type of integration. Anything that we can do to enhance our relationship or our product to our customers, that'll be a part of the performance measurement goals this year. Anything that we can do to enhance the client experience. And then internally, because we are a technology-enabled people and process company, is we want Coronis to be one of the best places to work in the world. And we've done a really good job in the last 2 years of being resilient and getting through some of the hardest times in recent memory. But we really want to concentrate on making this one of the best places to work. We have an outstanding PTO policy, and we have flexibility, and most of our workers are hybrid. But I'd like to see us take that to the next level, because satisfied employees talking to customers keep customers in their seats, especially when you're a people and process company like us. So those are going to be the 3 things you'll see trickling through in the performance measurement that comes out in the next month or so.
Excellent. Happy employees equals happy customers. That's a great takeaway. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah.
We've got all these service lines that we're bringing in together under One Coronis, but are there service lines that you wish we had that we don't yet have?
Yeah, I think the one that jumps out that a lot of us talk about is in the home care hospice space. We're looking at expanding in that area. And then another one that we've talked about for a long time is radiology or diagnostic medicine. Those are the 2 areas that we're really looking to strategically enhance the company in the near future.
Coronians, I think we have a scoop. The boss is looking to buy more companies this year. Specifically, we're looking for a radiology company to buy, and we're looking for home healthcare. So I tell you what, all of us have worked all over healthcare. So if you, in your history, have worked in one of those organizations and you have connections to the higher ups, toss us the line, ring us, let us know. I'm sure there would be a significant high five if you helped us identify a partner that we could bring into the Coronis family, because I do agree radiology and home healthcare would be absolutely outstanding additions, particularly for us sales folks. Stephen, I've got a question from the audience, just came in. Dear Simon, you and the bosses are always talking about EBITDA. What does it mean?
And it's very simplest. It's basically the earnings of a private company. So it's a revenue minus expenses minus special things that we subtract to get to the profitability or the earnings of a private company. So revenue is great. What we charge the client is great, but what we are ultimately judged on is the earnings after our expenses.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. I just learned something there too. Thank you. What are you most proud of here at Coronis?
I think what I'm most proud of is the fact that since 2016, we've acquired 20 companies, but we operate as one, and every day we become more culturally integrated as one. And I'm particularly proud of the career paths and the growth that we've provided a lot of individuals and employees as we've come together as one company. Very, very satisfying and proud of that.
Yeah, I think that's so true. Every time we bring in a new company, we do the roadshow and we talk about it's an opportunity for the hidden talent to rise beyond what they realized they were doing today and grow into our organization. And we see that time and time again, which I just think is fantastic. Stephen, can you tell the Coronians something that people maybe don't know about you?
I think from a personal standpoint, a couple things. Prior to the pandemic, one thing that I really like to do is travel in my spare time. My family and I take biking vacations from time to time. Try to get some exercise out there. I think the other things is the people, especially in the Sykesville office, know that I'm particularly kind of a crazy sports fan with a particular couple of teams, especially the Washington Nationals, who won the World Series in 2019 against Kerry Lowry's Houston Astros, by the way. But yeah, like to travel. Definitely like my sporting events and things like that.
Fantastic. So we got a sports nut, travelaholic, CEO Coronian. So our future is safe. Thank you very much for joining us today, Stephen. Congratulations on being the featured employee of the month, and thank you for carving enough time out of your busy schedule for us. Have a great year, Coronis.
Thank you very much, Simon.